Have you ever felt the weight of carrying something inside you that seems invisible to the world, but as real as the air you breathe? A longing without a name, a desire for something you don't yet know? Today, I want you to listen to this with an open heart, because the angels have asked me to deliver a message to you. And believe me, it didn't reach you by chance. Imagine for a moment that there is a circle of light around you. It doesn't matter where you are right now, in your living room, at your desk, or in a quiet space you found just for yourself. This circle is invisible to the eyes, but if you close your eyes and take a deep breath, you can feel it. It's formed by a silent yet powerful presence. It's the angels, who are focusing their attention on you at this moment. They're not here to judge or correct. They are here to remind you of who you truly are. The angels see what you often try to hide, even from yourself. They see the nights when you felt so alone, even surrounded by people. They recognize the tears you held back to not appear weak and the smiles you offered even when your heart felt empty. But you know what's most beautiful about all of this? They don't see these experiences as scars of pain. To them, all of these are parts of the mosaic of your soul, perfect pieces of a story that is still unfolding. And in each of these pieces, they see beauty. They see strength. There's something they keep telling me now, something you need to hear at this exact moment. You are not alone. Maybe you're wondering, but what about that feeling of emptiness? What about that doubt that I can't silence? The angels want you to know that this emptiness is actually a space. A sacred space, being prepared for something greater. Something that can only enter your life when you open your eyes to see how worthy you already are of receiving. And that brings us to a secret you may have forgotten. You have a light within you. No matter how many times life tried to extinguish it, or how many times you believed that this light was too weak to shine, the angels show me that your light is still there, untouched. It's like a flame protected by divine hands, waiting for you to see it again. And when you allow that light to shine, something magical happens. It begins to attract to you everything that is aligned with your essence: love, courage, purpose. Now I want you to ask yourself, what is this light trying to tell you? It may seem like a simple question, but sometimes the deepest answers come from silence. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. Feel the air entering and leaving your lungs, as if it were an invisible hug. Perhaps in that moment, you'll realize that you're not just breathing. You are being supported. Supported by something greater than any obstacle you've ever faced. And the angels ask you to trust. Trust in divine timing, even when it doesn't make sense. Trust that you are seen, even when you feel invisible. Trust in the love you carry, because it is the key to unlocking doors you didn't even know were locked. But there is something more. Right now, one of the angels is showing me an image. It's as if they are holding something in their hands, something delicate yet incredibly powerful. It's a golden flower, gently shimmering. They tell me that this flower represents their heart. Yes, their heart. And they want you to know that, even though life may have tried to uproot or hurt it, this heart still blooms. It still has the capacity to love deeply, to believe again, to heal. And you know what's most important? This flower is not alone. Surrounding it, there is a garden that is about to bloom. This garden symbolizes everything that is yet to come in your life. The encounters, the miracles, the opportunities that the angels are preparing for you right now. But for this garden to flourish, you need to believe that it is possible. You need to nourish your soul with hope. As you ponder upon this, I want you to remember, the angels not only watch over you, they walk beside you, even in those moments when you feel like your feet are too weak to take the next step. And that's why they insist on telling me this now. Don't give up. Something very special is being prepared for you. Can you feel it? And as you think about this message, I invite you to place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and repeat to yourself, I accept the light that surrounds me. I accept the guidance of the angels in my life. I trust the paths that are being opened for me. Feel these words spread through your body like warmth, like an invisible hug. And remember, this is only the first part of the message that the angels have for you today. What they have in store for you next is even more profound. Are you ready to discover what comes next? Have you ever noticed how, at times, the silence around you seems to echo louder than any words? It might be on that night when the stars appear distant, or in that moment when, even surrounded by people, You feel the weight of an absence you can't explain. But what if I told you that this loneliness, so deep and mysterious, is not a punishment, but a calling? A gentle touch from the angels, inviting you to look within and discover something greater. Loneliness, my dear, is not an emptiness. It is a portal. A sacred space where the angels whisper the most important messages. They know that when the world around you falls silent, you can finally hear the voice that comes from within. The one that carries the truths you've been avoiding, the dreams you've let slumber, and the strength you insist on underestimating. Remember, even the grayest sky holds a sun behind the clouds. And that sun is within you. The angels are here to help you see that. They see your pain, but they also see your light. And now, more than ever, they want you to know that this feeling of being alone is an opportunity. A divine pause, a moment to reconnect with what truly matters. Have you ever stopped to think about what loneliness is trying to show you? Perhaps it's a reminder that you are capable of sustaining yourself, even when there are no hands reaching out. Perhaps it's an invitation to make space in your life, not just for others, but for yourself. Or perhaps it's a sign that something greater is on the way, a transformation, a meeting, a fresh start. I remember a story someone once told me. A person was going through one of the loneliest periods of their life. They felt like the world had lost its colors and days passed by like a fog, without meaning. But on a regular morning, while walking alone, they found a white feather on the ground. It was simple, almost insignificant, but something inside them shifted in that moment. They felt as if the angels were saying, "We are here. You have never been alone." That small feather became a symbol of hope, and from that day on, they began to open up to the messages the universe was sending them. And you know what happened? Gradually, they realized that loneliness was not the end, but the beginning of a new journey. And now I ask, what might the angels be trying to show you in this moment? Maybe, while you feel this emptiness, they are preparing the ground for something extraordinary. Perhaps they are asking you to slow down, breathe, and remember who you are. And above all, they might be preparing a special connection, whether with someone else or with yourself, that will bring a new meaning to your life. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Imagine a golden light enveloping you, as if the arms of the angels were around you. Feel the warmth, the safety, the certainty that you are loved. And then, place your hand over your heart and repeat, "I allow myself to hear the call of my soul. I trust the path the angels are preparing for me." This loneliness, as uncomfortable as it may seem, is shaping you for something greater. It is clearing away the old stories and making space for new chapters. And remember, the angels never leave you alone. They are by your side, holding your hand invisibly, as you take each step out of the darkness. And now, as you reflect on this, I want you to think, what would be the next sign from the angels in their life? Maybe it's closer than they imagine. A feather, a song, a repeated number. Pay attention, because they are always communicating. And in the next moment of silence, when they least expect it, that message will be revealed. I want you to take a deep breath now. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the air entering and leaving your body, as if it were an invisible embrace. And as you do that, allow yourself to recognize something that maybe you have hidden even from yourself, the weight that love carries in their life. Not the light love, that floats like a feather on sunny days, but that deep, intense love, pulsating inside of them like a flame that never goes out. You feel it, don't you? It's there. And it's more powerful than you imagine. The angels told me that the love they carry is different. It has a purpose, a reason that maybe they are still trying to understand. It's not just any love. It's a deep bond that transcends time, mistakes, absences. But it's also a burden, because sometimes it feels like they are alone in this feeling. That no one else understands its intensity, its devotion, its ability to endure, even when everything around them seems to be falling apart. But I need you to know right now, that the angels are here to remind them, they are not alone. This love that weighs on their shoulders, perhaps making them cry in silence while the world keeps spinning, is not just a burden. It is a rare gift. It is proof that they were chosen to carry something greater, something that only souls like theirs are capable of bearing. But why, they wonder? Why me? Why carry something so intense, that sometimes feels overwhelming? It's because they have a strength that they may not have fully realized yet. A strength that angels see clearly. They whisper that within them lies a resilience that can turn the weight into wings, if they allow it. I know. There are days when this love feels almost suffocating, as if every memory, every promise, or every absence is a tight knot in their throat. There are days when they look out the window, perhaps with a cup of coffee in hand, and wonder if what they feel really matters. If the universe is listening to what their heart silently screams. And the answer is yes. It is listening. The angels are listening. And they want them to know that this love is not in vain. It is a reminder that they have the ability to feel what many cannot, the depth of connection, the true essence of what it means to love. But here is the secret that the angels want to share with them. The weight they carry is not just about someone else. It is not just about who they have lost, who has marked their life, or who is still by their side. This love is also about them. About how they connect with the world. About how they are able to see beauty even in the toughest moments. About how the love they give reflects the light that exists within them, even when they cannot see it. Have they ever stopped to think about that? That perhaps the love they feel is an expression of their own greatness? And as you consider this, I want you to do something simple yet powerful. Place your hand on your heart now and feel its beat. That rhythmic, steady pulse is a reminder that you are alive. And if you are alive, it means there is still so much to be lived, discovered, loved. Repeat to yourself, in a soft voice or just in thought, I am worthy of the love I carry. I am worthy of the love I receive. I am worthy of the love I am. Because that's what the angels want you to know right now. That you are worthy. That you are not carrying this love in vain. It is shaping you, transforming you, preparing you for something that is yet to come. And if you are here, reading these words now, it is not a coincidence. The angels told me that you needed to hear this, to feel this, to remember this. That the weight of the love you carry is not a punishment, but a preparation. A preparation for something greater, something that you may not fully see yet, but that is already beginning to take shape on the horizon of your life. And as you ponder on this, I want to leave you with a question. What is the love you carry trying to teach you? What parts of you is it trying to illuminate? The angels whisper that the answers are closer than you think. Trust in them. Trust in yourself. And keep walking, because the weight you feel now will soon be the momentum that helps you soar. There is a presence by your side, even in moments when the silence seems deafening. Have you ever stopped to think about how, even on the toughest days, something invisible always seems to sustain you? When the weight of the world threatens to crush, there is a force that whispers gently, keep going. You are stronger than you think. This force, often overlooked, never ceases to exist. It is with you right now, as you read these words. And yes, the angels want you to know this. Perhaps you've gone through moments when the darkness seemed endless, like a night where the dawn simply refuses to break. But what if I told you that, in those times, you were never alone? Imagine, for a moment, a delicate, almost imperceptible light enveloping your body, like an invisible hug. That's how the angels draw near. They don't come with fanfare, they come with gentleness, hoping you'll notice them in the breeze that touches your face, in the sound of a distant bird, or even in the unexplainable sense of hope that sprouts amidst the chaos. This force is with you, even when fear tries to convince you otherwise. One day, a woman told me that, after losing someone she deeply loved, she felt like she was crossing a desert, alone. She said the nights were the hardest, as everything around her felt empty. Until one night, while she cried, she felt something. It wasn't physical, but it was real. It was as if a presence was beside her, saying that everything would be okay. In that moment, she knew she wasn't alone. The angels had found a way to make their presence felt. And maybe you're wondering, but why can't I feel this strength? The truth is, often we are so immersed in our worries that we forget to look within. The angels speak in the language of silence, intuition, the warmth that fills the heart when least expected. They don't shout, because their essence is serenity. They patiently wait for you to notice the signs. And the signs are everywhere. Remember, every feather that falls in your path, every repeated number that appears, every unexpected feeling of peace is a clear message. They are saying, we are here. We always have been. And now I ask you, when was the last time you allowed yourself to quiet the mind and feel what surrounds you? The angels want you to know that there is never a moment when they abandon you, even if you don't perceive them. They are by your side when you're laughing, sharing in the joy. They are by your side when you're crying, holding your tears in invisible hands. And even when you feel like you've lost faith in them, in the world, or even in yourself, they remain by your side, waiting for the moment you will open your heart again. If you feel like you've lost your connection to that force, there's something simple you can do now. Close your eyes, place your hand over your heart, and take a deep breath. Tell yourself, I accept the presence of angels in my life. I trust that I am not alone. This little ritual may seem simple, but it opens up a space within you for the celestial light to shine brighter. And believe me, the angels are listening. They always listen. Remember, the strength you need has never been far away. It is by your side, even now, as you reflect on these words. It's in the twinkle of your eyes, in the courage you carry even without realizing it, and in the hope that insists on being reborn, even after so many storms. You don't have to fight alone. There is a divine energy walking by your side, ready to guide you, comfort you, and strengthen you. And as you absorb this message, know that what the angels have in store for you is even deeper. They have something important to tell you, something that can change the way you see your own life. But that will be revealed soon. For now, allow yourself to feel what is within you. The strength, the love, and above all, the certainty that you have never been alone. Have you ever stopped to wonder why certain challenges seem to keep crossing your path? It's as if they were storms that arrive without warning, but carry within themselves something powerful, almost invisible, waiting to be discovered. There's a reason for this, and the angels want you to know, every obstacle, every tear, every doubt you face today is part of a bigger plan. A plan that was designed to reveal your strength, your light, and the unique mission you came to fulfill in this world. Imagine for a moment the journey of a butterfly. Before opening its wings and touching the sky, it must go through the darkness of a chrysalis. Inside, where no one can see, there's an intense struggle. But it's this struggle that strengthens its wings, that makes it capable of flying. And just like it, you too are in a process of transformation. The tough moments you're living through now aren't punishments, but rather the winds that shape your wings, preparing you for something greater and more beautiful than you can imagine. The angels show me that you carry within you a purpose that is still unfolding. They say that, often, the path to this purpose goes through moments of pain and uncertainty. Not because you deserve to suffer, but because it's in these moments that your true essence is revealed. It's when you're challenged to look within, to discover resources you might not have known you had, that your soul begins to shine brighter. Have you noticed how the most difficult periods of your life also brought the deepest learnings? Perhaps it was during that phase when everything seemed to be crumbling that you found an unexpected strength, or that a simple gesture from someone reignited your hope. The angels are by your side in those moments, guiding gently, even when you feel alone. They whisper in your heart, trust. You're exactly where you need to be. Remember this powerful truth: you are not made to give up. Every challenge that comes your way is an opportunity to align with who you are meant to be. Think of how gold is purified in fire, gaining brightness and purity with each flame. So is your journey. You are being shaped, molded, so you may shine as your most authentic and radiant self. I once heard a story of someone who, in the midst of complete despair, found a white feather on the ground. It was a sign from the angels, a reminder that they were not alone. That small feather made them pause, breathe, and realize there was a greater purpose in what they were facing. And from that moment on, their life began to change. The angels are sending signals to you too. Perhaps you just need to open your eyes and heart to see them. And as you walk through this moment, know that every step, no matter how heavy it may seem, is bringing you closer to your destiny. The angels ask you to trust the process, even when it seems confusing or painful. They see what you cannot yet see, the light that awaits at the end of this road. They want you to know that by overcoming these challenges, you not only become stronger, but also more connected to your purpose. And that purpose, my dear, is magnificent. Now, close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Allow yourself to feel the presence of the angels around you. They are here, enveloping you with their celestial energy, reminding you that nothing is by chance. Place your hand over your heart and repeat silently, I trust the path ahead of me. I am guided, protected, and strengthened by divine light. My purpose reveals itself in due time. And as you ponder on that, I want you to know, the angels still have more to tell you. What you are facing today does not define who you are, but rather how far you can go. They have a special message, something that goes beyond what you can imagine. Are you ready to listen? There is a moment, almost imperceptible, when the weary heart, tired of suffering, begins to open again to the light. Do you know what I'm talking about? Perhaps you have felt this in a moment of silence, when the weight of your sorrows seemed unbearable and yet, something whispered gently within you, "Do not give up." That whisper did not come by chance. It was a calling, a reminder from the angels that you are never alone, even in the darkest moments. Pain may seem like a high, insurmountable wall, but the angels see beyond it. They see what you cannot see in the present, that every tear shed nurtures the ground where something new and beautiful is about to bloom. Have you ever noticed how, after a storm, the smell of wet earth brings a sense of freshness, as if everything around you had been purified? This is how divine love works in your life. It transforms even the toughest moments into a rebirth. And I know you carry scars. Scars that are not just physical, but deeply engraved in your soul. Maybe you have lost someone or something important, or perhaps you have faced a betrayal that shook your trust. But the truth is, even now, as you read these words, the angels are around you, gently touching those wounds and reminding you that they do not define who you are. These marks are, in fact, evidence of the strength you possess. And more than that, they are reminders that, through divine love, even the most intense pain can be transformed into hope. Once, I heard the story of someone who, in a moment of despair, encountered an unexpected sign. They were sitting alone in the middle of a park, feeling the weight of a loss that seemed impossible to overcome. That's when a butterfly landed on their hand. Small, light, but full of color. In that moment, they felt as if something greater was telling them, "You will be reborn. Just like me." And that's what happened. They decided not to let the pain imprison their soul. The butterfly was a messenger, sent to remind them that challenging cycles also come to an end. And perhaps that's what the angels want you to hear now. They know that what you've been through hasn't been easy. They understand your sleepless nights, your unanswered questions, your moments of doubt. But they also know that you have a strength within you that is still unfolding. And divine love is the key to this transformation. It doesn't erase what happened, but it reframes it. It doesn't deny your pain, but it uses it to build something new, something that is still taking shape. Now, I want you to take a pause. Take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and feel the pulse of life within you. That steady and silent rhythm is proof that you still have much to live, much to feel, much to love. Repeat, in a soft voice if you can, "I am worthy of the love that surrounds me. My pain does not define my future. I am open to hope." The angels are listening. They are by your side, holding your invisible hand, guiding you to a place of peace. And know this, divine love is not just something that comes from outside. It resides within you. It is the spark that has never faded, even on the days when everything seemed lost. It is the force that makes you rise once again, that makes you believe that there is still a reason to go on. Because there is. And the angels are here to remind you of that. But what happens when that hope takes root in their heart? What do the angels have in store for them when they finally allow themselves to be touched by that divine love? Get ready, because what lies ahead is the true transformation. Have you ever noticed how, at certain times, something around you seems to whisper a message that the heart understands, but the mind can't quite translate? Perhaps it was during that silent morning, when an unexpected breeze caressed their face, or when a song played on the radio just when they needed to hear those words. These are no mere coincidences. There is a greater force walking by their side, and the angels want them to know, they have never been alone. Imagine for a moment a tranquil scene. They are walking in a park, their feet touching the soft ground, the aroma of flowers filling the air. Suddenly, something catches their eye. A white feather delicately rests on the path ahead. To many, this would be just a common object, but to them in this moment, it is a subtle reminder that there is presence, protection, and love around them. The angels often send signs like this, a divine whisper amidst the noise of the world. How many times have they felt that something invisible guided them to make the right choice or prevented them from taking the wrong path? Perhaps it was that unexpected delay that kept them from being in a place that wasn't safe, or a sudden intuition that led them to an opportunity that transformed their life. These are ways the angels touch their existence, as if extending their wings over them, protecting them even when they don't realize. But how can you recognize these signs? Let me share something I once heard. Someone, amidst a difficult phase, felt lost and without direction. One day, while having their morning coffee at the table, they noticed that the sunlight, streaming through the window, formed a golden beam that seemed to envelop exactly where they were sitting. They said that, in that moment, they felt an inexplicable warmth in their chest, as if an invisible hug embraced them. That was when they realized they were not alone. The angels were there, showing them, through the light, that they were supported. The signs may be subtle, but they are profound. A butterfly landing near you in a moment of doubt, a repeated number that insistently appears on the clock, on signs, in bills, or even a sudden sense of peace amidst chaos. These are reminders that there is something greater taking care of you. Do not ignore these small messages. The angels have delicate and unique ways of speaking to the heart. So, I ask you, when was the last time you felt something inexplicable touch your soul? Was it a phrase said by someone close at the exact moment you needed to hear it? Or perhaps it was that dream that seemed more alive than any other. Pay attention. The angels always find ways to communicate, but it is up to you to open the eyes of the spirit to see. If you still have doubts, perform a small ritual. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and place your hand over your heart. In silence, ask the angels to send you a clear sign of their presence. And then just observe. It could be an unexpected sound, a sensation of warmth, or even a coincidence that seems impossible to ignore. They are listening. And most importantly, they respond. I feel like you needed to hear this message. Maybe in the past few weeks, you've been feeling overwhelmed, disconnected, or even invisible. But the angels want you to know, your existence is precious, and you are seen, heard, and loved. With every step you take, they are by your side, walking with you, even in those moments when the path feels lonely. And as you ponder on this, remember something essential. You don't have to carry the weight of the world alone. Your light is unique, but it doesn't have to shine in solitude. Allow yourself to feel the support that comes from the unseen, from that which cannot be touched but can be deeply felt. The angels have more to reveal to you, and in the upcoming moments, something may become even clearer. Be attentive. All you need to do is open your heart and trust. The journey continues, and what lies ahead may transform everything you know. Imagine for a moment that you are walking through a vast field. The sky above is a deep blue, and the wind carries the gentle scent of wildflowers. The walk is long, but the silence around you is not empty. It's full of possibilities, of promises. You feel a presence beside you, as if someone is there, even though your eyes don't see. That presence is real. It's the angels, whispering to your heart, guiding your steps towards something that you may have forgotten amidst the busyness of days. What truly matters. How long has it been since you allowed yourself to listen to what your heart has to say? Not the external voices, not the world's expectations, but that inner voice, gentle, that knows each of your pains and hopes? The angels show me that sometimes, it takes a moment of pause for you to rediscover yourself. Because deep down, you know there's something greater waiting for you, something that busy days don't allow you to see. They reveal to me that you carry within you a unique light, a divine spark that never goes out, even in the darkest moments. But for that light to shine fully, you must awaken to what makes your heart sing. What is the love within you trying to show you? What truth have you been avoiding, but the angels are insisting you see? I sense that you have been carrying something for a long time, perhaps a weight, a doubt, or even a pain that you have never shared with anyone. Sometimes, life makes us believe that we need to be strong all the time, that showing vulnerability is a sign of weakness. But the angels say that it is precisely by allowing yourself to feel, by opening your heart, that you begin to find what truly matters. They want you to know that you are not alone. In every tear that fell silently, they were there, holding your hand. In every night when you looked at the ceiling, seeking answers, they heard. And now, they bring the message you need. It's time to awaken. It's time to stop searching outside for what has always been within you. Remember this, the heart does not lie. It may be covered by layers of fear, distrust, old wounds, but it still beats with the truth. And that truth is that you were born to love and be loved. Not just by the world, but by yourself. The angels show me that, for you to move forward on this journey, you must look within and ask a simple yet powerful question. What truly matters to me? Not what is expected of you, but what your soul desires, what makes your eyes sparkle and your spirit feel alive. Once, someone told me about how they found the answer to that question in an unexpected moment. They were walking alone on a beach at sunset, feeling lost, as if there was no direction left in their life. That's when a white feather fell right at their feet. In that instant, they felt something different, a wave of warmth, of comfort, as if someone was there, saying that everything would be okay. And it was. Because, upon noticing that sign, they started to listen to their heart again. They began to remember what really mattered. And in that moment, their life changed. The angels tell me that you too can find these signs. Maybe it won't be a feather, but a song playing on the radio at just the right moment, an unexpected encounter, or even these words you are reading now. They want you to know that they are constantly sending messages, trying to guide you towards your truth. You just need to open your eyes and heart to perceive them. And by doing so, something magical happens. The weight you carry begins to dissolve. Those doubts that once seemed impossible to solve start to clear up. Because when you connect with what truly matters, everything around you gains a new significance. The work that seemed like a mere obligation becomes an opportunity to grow. The relationships that seemed challenging become mirrors for your own evolution. And above all, you begin to feel a peace that doesn't depend on anything external, a peace that comes from knowing that the angels are by your side, and that you are on the right path. Now, I invite you to do something simple yet powerful. Close your eyes for a moment and place your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what does my soul desire right now? The answer may not come immediately, but trust. The angels are there, ready to bring clarity. And as you reflect, know that they are whispering in your ear, you are worthy of everything your heart desires. You deserve to live a life filled with love, purpose, and light. And as you internalize this message, remember, this is just the beginning. The awakening of the heart is a journey, but the angels are with you every step of the way. And in the moments to come, there is even more to be revealed. So take a deep breath, trust, and prepare yourself, because what is to come will be even more transformative. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Imagine a golden light rope, soft like the touch of a breeze at dawn, connecting the center of your heart to something greater. Something invisible, yet palpable. This rope is not just a metaphor, it is real, even if your physical eyes do not see it. It is the truth that unites all souls, the sacred thread of love that transcends time, space, and even the lives we have lived. Can you feel it? This connection is there, within you. It has always been. The angels want you to know that the great love you seek, the one that seems distant, sometimes unreachable, is not outside of you. It pulses within your being, like a flame that never goes out, even on the darkest nights. Perhaps you have felt the pain of a broken heart, or the loneliness of believing that no one understands what you carry inside. But listen, you have never been alone. The angels whisper that in every moment of loss or doubt, this golden cord of love remains intact, connecting you not only to them but to all the souls that cross your path. And here is the secret they want you to understand. The great love that binds all souls is not just romantic love. It's bigger than that. It's the love that reveals itself in the gaze of a stranger who smiles at you for no reason, in the warm touch of a friend who holds your hand when you need it the most, or even in the shared silence with someone who understands your pains without you having to say a word. This love is a reminder that we are all intertwined, like branches of the same tree, stretching in different directions but sharing the same roots. There's a story that the angels whispered to me, and I feel compelled to share it with you. There was a woman who, in a moment of deep sadness, was walking alone through a forest. She didn't know where she was going, just kept walking, with a heavy heart and eyes full of tears. Along the way, she found a small white feather lying on the ground. As she picked it up, she felt an inexplicable warmth fill her chest, as if someone was saying, "You are not alone. Love surrounds you." Later, she would discover that that feather was a sign, a message from the angels, reminding her that the divine connection is never broken, even when all seems lost. And now I ask, have you ever felt something like that? An unexpected sign, something seemingly small, but that touched your heart in a way you couldn't explain? Maybe it was a song that played just when you needed to hear those words, or a familiar scent that appeared out of nowhere, bringing back memories of someone special. These are not mere coincidences. They are reminders that universal love, the one that connects us to everything and everyone, is always trying to reach you. The angels insist on something very important. The love that unites all souls is not an external quest, but a rediscovery of oneself. When you allow yourself to feel this unconditional love that already exists within you, something magical happens. You begin to attract people, experiences, and even miracles that are in perfect harmony with this energy. It's as if the entire universe is conspiring to show you that you are worthy of everything you dream of, because deep down, you already are all of that. You are already the love you seek. And this brings us to an invitation. Tonight, before you sleep, place your hand on your heart and repeat to yourself, I am worthy of the love that unites all souls. I am light. I am part of the whole. Allow yourself to feel the warmth of this truth as the angels surround you with wings of protection and comfort. This simple ritual is a reminder that even on the toughest days, this love never leaves you. But there's something more the angels want you to know. Something that will only be revealed if you remain open to this journey of love and discovery. They have a special message for you, and it's waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. So stay attentive to the signs. Keep trusting. And above all, know that the great love that connects all souls is already within you, waiting to be fully felt. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Feel the air entering your lungs, like a gentle wave that cleanses and renews. Now, pay attention to the silence around you. It's in that space between sounds that the angels speak the loudest. They whisper something you may have forgotten. The power of your faith can transform not only your life, but also the lives of those you love. There are moments when life feels too heavy, as if you're carrying on your shoulders the weight of all doubts, fears, and responsibilities. In those times, it's easy to believe that you are alone, but you are not. The angels want you to know this now. There is a divine energy around you, just waiting for you to trust, for you to invite it in. And when you do, something magical will start happening. Your inner strength, the one that sometimes seems asleep, will awaken. Remember one thing, faith doesn't need to be grand or perfect. It's like a small flame lit in a dark room, capable of illuminating everything around, even if it's fragile. Many forget that this inner light can be the beacon that guides those who are lost beside us. Imagine the impact you can have on those you love, simply by choosing to believe that life can be different, that there is a greater purpose in every challenge, and that no pain is eternal. I want to share a story with you. There was once a woman who lost almost everything she had, someone she deeply loved, the stability she thought was unshakable, and even the sense of who she was. For months, she felt lost, as if she was walking in an endless desert. Until one day, while walking in a park, she found something so simple that seemed insignificant, a flower growing in a crack in the pavement. That made her stop. How could something so delicate bloom in such an unlikely place? It was a sign, she realized. A reminder that life always finds a way to rebirth, even in the harshest conditions. At that moment, they chose to believe. Not because they had all the answers, but because they decided to trust in what they couldn't see. And slowly, their faith began to transform everything around them. They found the strength to help a friend who was also facing difficulties. Their courage inspired their children to believe in their own potential. And their light, small like that flower, became a beacon for all who crossed their path. Now I ask, is there someone in your life who could be touched by the transformation that is happening within you? Someone who needs an example of strength, even in the midst of difficulties? Sometimes, angels call us to be the light in other people's lives because by doing so, our own light shines even brighter. Faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting that, even in uncertainty, you are being guided. It's about believing that angels are by your side, holding your hand, even when you feel like you're walking in the dark. And it's about realizing that, by allowing yourself to believe, you create a ripple effect, inspiring those around you. If you feel like this message is for you, I want you to do something now. Place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and say in a soft voice, I trust. I am guided. My faith transforms everything around me. Let these words resonate within you, like a gentle echo spreading throughout your being. The angels are whispering something right now. You're stronger than you imagine. Your light is just beginning to shine. And know that this light, this growing faith, is not just for you. It's a gift you can offer to the world, to those you love, and even to those you haven't met yet. Now, as you reflect on this, I want you to think, who can you inspire today with your journey? Who can benefit from your courage, from your determination to keep believing? Because believe me, when you choose faith, you not only transform your own story, but create ripples that reach hearts far beyond what you can imagine. Take a deep breath once again. Feel the warmth of these words spreading through you. And remember, the angels are by your side, rooting for you, waiting for you to trust. Because faith, no matter how small it may seem, has the power to transform everything. And you, with your heart open and your light shining bright, are living proof of that.